Welcome to, yes, this is my familiar introduction on my videos, on social media, and on my channel as well. But today, on the stage of TEDx, I will bring the different materials for all of you. My sounds, my appearance, and as a live action. Once again, welcome to our TEDx stage, and my name is Do Nhật, your speaker today. So, before we start with our speech today, I just have a small discussion for all of you. Just small talk. So let's relax with me. Everyone, no, everyone. Many people, they just know about my story. My journey on social media from the little girl who didn't have any special at all. And on my journey to be the Miss International Queen Vietnam, one of the biggest achievement, one of the biggest thing in my life. And moreover, most recently, the first time in the beauty pageant industry in Vietnam, Miss Universe Vietnam was have me, the first guest honor contestant. But at the first time, I didn't have any requirements. I didn't meet any requirements to be the official contestant. But why? Which margin? I used to ask myself this type of question every night in my room. But when I'm completely on this circumstance, no. I will answer no, because I know my core value is not only lucky. In fact, everything I have today, my work, my pleasure, my career, had its root from clarity. Clarity in what I'm capable of doing, dedicating, or planning for my future, and harmony as well. It has stemming values from the clarity. And for all of that, I deeply realize everything I have in my life. When I being through the obstacles, the limited, I deeply realize, and I hope you understand that everything in this life happens for a reason. And after all, we will gain the lesson. My biggest lesson is the clarity and harmony. And perfectly is matched with our topic today. Harmony starting from clarity. And before we start with the speech, once again, please give the big round of applause for me. Thank you. All we know, we are shared in a common space, this earth, but with the 7 continents, with the 5 oceans, 206 countries, and billions of people. So why we can live in the same spot for the decades? I think just only one key is adaptation of a harmony. You know, until the appearance of LGBTQ plus community, people used to think that just only 2 genders in this world. But it's more complicated, I think, in our life. And moreover, of our social media, everything is more and more developed. I think the definition of the circumstance was more obvious and contentious. People, we are connected to humanity, and we are to be gradually accepted for the diversity. This time, recent time, we've learned and recognized about the humanity of world equality, human rights. And we are human. We deserve of that. With the people, and especially my community, LGBTQ plus community, nowadays, we also need the word equality for all of us. And the question is whether need the third restroom for this community should or shouldn't be built. So I will ask all of you, do you think should? Raise your hand. And should it? Raise your hand, please. Okay, this is one of the interesting topic, and let's discuss it. So, this community, we have so many stories to bring for all of you. Today, I will bring a little of this back to my story in the first year of the university camping. Little shy, but I need to face with the fact that time I used to be a little boy. With a short hair, wearing the unisex clothes. But deep inside of my soul, I always think and I acting like the little girl. And when I enter the restroom for female, they just receive the question like, are you still using it? Babe, I still have my basic demands. But I'm not big around but as well. But I think it's not only my concern. It's one of the concern of thousands young boys and girls out there. They can feel like it's not the right area for them. Unapproved and terrible. So, with this question, back to our question at the first time, should or shouldn't build the restroom, the third restroom for this community, and especially as a transgender? In our point of view, I feel like if anyone who live in my story, they deeply feeling the same as me. This is the prejudice. Because after our fixed gender, we need to using the location where match with our needs, very basic functions. And many transsexual and especially as the transgender, women's transgender, yeah, I think so. Many of them, they're not comfortable revealing their gender. And they will almost refuse to use the specific style. But in otherwise, when I put myself on the cisgender shoes, and especially with that girl who asked me that question, I think I will have the same emotion and perspective. Yeah, there's more and more conflicts here. But, I'm sorry. Okay, so with the cisgender, when I am standing in the opposite side of them, in a general, and especially as the woman, I think they totally agree with this solution we should build. Because at first, we need to clarify that the restroom, although it is the private area, but also is places located in the public spaces. And it has so many potential of the public area. With the woman, they're really difficult to know who is the true one, the true transgender, or who is the fake one with the bad purpose in that area. And it will easy to find the potential of the sexual assault. So this is the best answer. No right or wrong for such perspective. Because just one time you try put yourself in someone's shoe, you can feeling the deep feeling of them and the emotion of them. Actually, I want you to know in our life, nothing is perfect. And the discrimination, or moreover, the transgender discrimination, I think this is one of the parts of our life. I used to be a victim, and I have to striving for too much for the human right, for everything I need to have in our life, in my life. Oh. But it's not only from the conservative or the negative perspective, but also it's come from one of the bad movement in this word, TERF movement. Trans, exclusionary, radical, feminine. Although it's bad, but it's popular in many countries, including US, UK, and the others. But I just want to clarify that we just have the full meaning of transsexual crew, including male to female, and in the vice versa. You know, not all, but I want to mention some of trans guys who didn't undergo complete the change surgery, and with their biological structural body, and they enter or using the restroom with any cisgender guys, they will have the potential and they might be attacked at the normal or higher level. And they need to be focused on and need to be protected too. Thusly, do you think it's important to build? I think no one wrong. Everyone, you all right with your viewpoint, with your perspective. But we just have actually the third option is the gender neutral restroom. The place is for all of us. And this is the no gray area restroom. One of the different definition of this kind. No gray area, and the gray area which I mentioned is the area of hand washing and face washing area in the restroom. This is the really large and public, and it also have the potential too for the bad things. So I don't want everyone will have this solution for all, but it is one of the best answer and solution for this case, for my case, and for my story. If you want to do, you can do. Or if you don't, anyway. With the third restroom, or with the gender neutral restroom, this is the places where I have all of the necessary essential in one area. And beside that, if we build it by the right way, we can eliminate the gray area as well. I think all of you, we used to use that type of restroom one time in your life. Do you know the toilet on the airplane? This kind of. Yes, for all of us. And it's not only for transgender or cisgender, but also for non-binary people and for individuals with the disabilities, we can use it quite freely for all of us. And no prejudice, no limits for everyone. And nowadays, in our country, many places we are installing that specific style, but it still have some problem by these services because we are live in our one of the Southeast Asia country, and including our country Vietnam, where have many culture, and it's one of the kind of problem. And the construction, the funding and area extending is one of the big problem, and we need to take time for create and adapt. For conclusionally, I think the best answer is not only my solution, but the best answer all the time, always starting from our awareness. We should create the education background, not only at school, at the young generation, at a company, or any buildings. Anyway, it is for all of us, for humanity. Even I know everything I bring to you today is just the solution, and in my point of view, I exactly know I can't please everyone. But are you there to change? Are you there to adapt? And are you there to get a harmony from the clarity? Everything in your hands. We cannot alter the world. What we can do is change ourselves first. Let's start with the basics, and we can work our way up. Let's live the meaningful life. Thank you.